welcome to my channel. Welcome to DIY Art Blast. So today I'm here with another painting. So let's start with the material. I'm gonna use a canvas and a cup or something like this so I can create the shape of the moon. Alright, I'm gonna use acrylic paints today. I'm gonna use white, green. Now if you want to take the screenshot of the color I have here, you can also do that. I'm gonna use this dark blue, yellow color, and I also have this light blue, and I also have this black. So yeah, these are all the colors I'm gonna use today. I already take a little bit of paint out on this paper plate, and these are the brushes I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use a flat brush. This is number 10 size, and I also have this fan brush. I'm not gonna use this. You can also use it if you have. So I'm also gonna use this small round brush. It's number 0 size. Okay, I also have this 8 by 10 size of canvas. It's a frame canvas. Alright, so let's start with this painting. Now before I start applying colors, I like to apply a little bit of water. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of water and apply it everywhere. It's okay if you miss some spot. It just gonna make it easy to apply your paint and just blend your colors easily and quickly. And if you like this step-by-step videos, please give a big thumbs up. And also, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel to see more of DIY videos and painting videos. Alright, so I'm almost done applying this color, and you can see the difference here that I applied this water just on some place. I missed some spot again. It's okay, just gonna help you to blend your colors later. Now I'm gonna work on the sky first. I'm gonna work on the sky, and then I'm gonna make the colorful sky. I'm gonna start with the white color. I take a little bit of white and just a little bit of this green. Now I'm gonna mix this color on my canvas, and I'm gonna use my brush sideways like this, and I'm just gonna add this type of brush strokes from that top middle area, and I'm gonna keep these brush strokes for the whole sky area. So whatever type of brush strokes you are applying, keep that same way so you can get the same texture on your whole sky here. So I take a little bit of more white because I wanted to make it a little bit more lighter, and I'm applying some more darker green on the edges of this area. So I'm just gonna apply this darker green just on the edges like that, just around that lighter green here. Same thing on the top. Do you see how I'm keeping the brush same way and applying the same type of a brush strokes? Alright, I'm gonna go between these two colors, darker green and lighter green, and that's gonna blend this color nicely here. Okay, so I didn't clean my brush here. I just take a little bit more green and just lightly brushing it on just some of the lighter area here. So something like this, just using very light pressure, barely touching my canvas, using my brush the same way I use for the whole time, just using tip of my brush, and again applying this darker green on the lighter green area. Now as I'm gonna work my way out, I'm gonna make my sky darker and darker. So I'm gonna use blue this time. I did not clean my brush. I'm just taking blue here, and I'm just applying just on the outside of that green here, and I'm gonna also take a little bit of white and applying this blue again on the top and the bottom area both. You can make it again darker, lighter, it's up to you. It's your painting. Okay, I'm trying to keep it as light as I can for now. And blending this blue and the green together. So first apply the paint and then go in between those two colors to blend these colors. It might turn a little bit more darker bluish, but that's okay. You can just apply more white there to make it more lighter if you like. Alright, so I'm gonna take more blue and I'm gonna make it more darker. So I'm not going over the light blue area, I'm just adding more blue on the white area here and just making it more darker and darker. Same thing on the bottom. So first I apply the colors and then I go in between those two colors here to blend it all together like that. So I'm going in between the dark blue and the light blue here, and I'm still using the same type of a brush stroke. Alright, so now I'm gonna take some green, and do you remember how I did that in the middle earlier? I'm doing the same thing. I'm just lightly touching my canvas and adding this green on the lighter blue area right here. Same thing on the top and on the bottom. So you can see some movement on the sky. Okay, you can also do the same thing with the white if you like. Now this is my normal speed, but if you feel like I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video and just start again whenever you are done. That's the best part about this. Alright, so I'm gonna use some blue now. I'm gonna do the same thing. Now I'm trying to keep the center of this sky as light as I can make that. And my plan is to add a moon right here, maybe on this area. So I'm not too worried about that area here. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean my brush here and I'm gonna add more darker color here now. And actually I'm gonna add the yellow color first, lighter color first in the on the center area here first. So I take a little bit of yellow, just like I did with the green and the blue earlier. I'm just lightly touching my canvas here and also just lightly just adding this yellow here. And my color in the background is still kind of a little bit wet, so it will be easier to blend the yellow and this color together. So I actually clean my brush on the paper towel and I go back again on that area to lightly just make that color a little bit more lighter and just blend it a little bit Alright, so I think that's all I'm gonna do here for the center part. Alright, now I'm gonna add some more darker blue this time. So I'm gonna use darker blue and just gonna apply it on the edges, on the corner here, and same thing on the bottom. Now if you don't have this darker blue color, you can also just mix your regular blue and a little bit of black. Alright, so I'm just gonna apply this blue first, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of white to blend that lighter blue with this blue, and I'm gonna go in between those two colors. And same thing I'm gonna do on the bottom here. So first I'm gonna apply this blue, and I also take a little bit of white this time. And just a regular blue here again. and I'm just working in between those two colors again to kind of blend it all together. And I like to also use a little bit of water whenever it's hard to blend the colors. And I'm also gonna bring my sky a little bit more down, so I'm gonna bring this blue a little bit more down. So I'm just using light little bit of water here and just covering at least maybe a couple more inches area from that. Alright, now I'm gonna apply some black. So just gonna take like tiny little black on tip of my brush and mostly applying on the corner on the top and just on the other side on the bottom. And just gonna blend these two colors together again, the dark blue and the black, and trying to again keep the same brush strokes like I started with. And I like to say this is always start with the light color. You can always make it darker, it will be easier. So I'm gonna go back with some more black and applying just a little bit more black on the corners again. Alright, so I'm just gonna clean my brush here, and now I'm gonna start applying some blue. Now same thing I'm gonna do that I did it in the center. I'm gonna take some blue, just gonna use tip of my brush, lightly gonna touch the canvas, and I'm only gonna apply this on the lighter blue area here. So I'm using dark blue on light blue area. Same thing on the bottom. Alright, so here I'm all done with this sky. I'm gonna do just one more thing here. I clean my brush and I'm gonna add some stars, and to do that I'm gonna use my big brush and I'm gonna use some white, and I'm gonna make my paint a little bit thinner, adding a little bit of water here. Okay, now I'm just gonna hold this brush on my other hand and I'm just gonna pull the bristles back to add splatters, something like this. You might need more water if it's not working still for you, so just add more water if you don't see any splatters. Alright, yes, now I can see the splatters. Yeah, I just had to add more water here. So make sure you have enough water so you can also see all these splatters. Make sure this area is a little bit messy, so do this part and also just cover your surface, the work area, before doing this. Okay, so finally I'm done with the sky. Now I'm gonna work on the ground. So here's my plan. I'm gonna add some mountains first and then some trees and water. So let's start with the mountain. I am using same brush, white paint, and just adding a nice big mountain on this side. Now this is very light color. I'm gonna keep it white, keep it lighter for now. I'll show you why. So first I'm just creating the shape of this mountain. On the other side my mountain is a little bit smaller than this one, and adding this type of a shape and just covering everything on the bottom then. Alright, now in the middle there is also a big mountain, so something like this. I don't want to keep the same type of a shape here, so I try to add different type of shape this time, and just covering everything with the white on the bottom. Okay, so now I want to add some shadows, so I'm gonna start adding some shadows first. Now trust the process. You can also watch this, watch me first, and after I'm done with the whole mountain thing, you can start doing that. Alright, so I apply a little bit of white, actually white everywhere on the bottom area here. And now I'm gonna use black color, just a little black, and I'm applying under each mountain, so something like this. Okay, now because I have white in the background, I apply white. My black is gonna turn gray, which is good. I don't want to make it too dark right now. I will make it more darker later. Okay, I also have some shadows for this big mountain also here. I just clean my brush a little bit here. Alright, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more white on top of this big giant mountain I have in the middle. So I'm gonna do the same thing on both sides. Okay, I'll come back later to add more white later. Now I'm gonna add some black on the bottom. Again, it's gonna turn slightly a little bit gray because the white is still wet. And I'm gonna actually apply a lot of black later. And as you can see, I'm just making this area slowly darker. So I always like to start again with the lighter color. As I'm going, I can make it darker. So I'm almost done with this part, and I'm gonna clean my brush, and I'm gonna add one more little mountain also here. So I'm gonna use white for that, and just gonna create the shape first. Just gonna do the outline first like this. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add black again just on the bottom. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for now. I'm gonna let this dry completely first, and then I'm gonna come back on with some more layers on top. So I cleaned my brush, and I'm gonna work on the water down here. Now my water is almost like green, so I'm gonna take some blue, a little bit of green, and I'm also gonna add a little bit of white. And I'm kind of just going under the mountain first to do the outline like that. And then I'm just gonna apply that color everywhere here. Now I don't know if it's all frozen or not, but I guess it's all frozen. The water is completely frozen, and you can do skating there, I guess. So I don't know, but I'm still gonna add a little bit of white here like this. I mean, why not? So yeah, I'm just gonna add a little bit of white like this, and you can also blend this a little bit if you like. I'm just gonna keep it like this. All right, now I'm just gonna start adding my moon. So I'm gonna clean my brush first, and I'm gonna add my moon. Now for my moon, I have this perfect shape. It's not too big, not too small, and I'm just gonna use my cup to just trace around that cup. Alright, so I think I'm gonna place my moon. I'm just trying to think where I want to place here, but maybe I want to place it a little bit up higher here. And you can also use a pencil, but I'm just gonna use my small little brush here. Again, it's a number 0 size, and I'm just gonna use white color and just trace it around. Again, you can also use a pencil and then just draw with the paint with the small brush or the bigger brush, however you are comfortable with. I just take my white paint and the small brush and just trace around this way. Alright, so here I'm all done. Now make sure if you are also tracing like this, you clean the rim of that cup or whatever you're using. Alright, so now I'm gonna use a different brush here. I'm gonna use my flat brush, and basically I'm just gonna cover everything inside with the white color. Now I'm just gonna make it lighter inside. I'm not gonna make it too bright white. So after I'm done with the one layer, you can clearly see the colors in the background. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and add more green color here and more blue color here. So I'm gonna start with the green first and applying my paint like this. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the blue on the bottom. So I'm trying to keep my brush strokes this way so you can clearly see the shape is round for this moon. Alright, and then I'm just going in between those two colors just to kind of blend those two colors a little bit more. Now I'm gonna clean my brush here. And as you can see, I'm not going all the way to the edges of this moon here because I really want to see the shape of that moon. So alright, I go back with some more green here, and now I'm just gonna let this dry a little bit, and I'm gonna go back to the mountains again. Alright, so for the mountain, I'm using my same brush and I'm gonna add some more black here now. So I'm just gonna take a little black and I'm gonna go back on that gray area to make it more darker like this. And I'm also gonna bring this paint a little bit more higher, and I'm gonna do the same thing with all my other mountains I have here. Okay, so done applying this color here. I'm just gonna let it dry a little bit again, and I'm gonna go back to the moon again. My paint are almost dry on the moon. It's not completely dry, but I can still work on that. Alright, now I'm gonna use a different brush here. I'm gonna use middle round brush. You can also use a small brush if you have a small brush, if you are comfortable with a small brush. But I'm gonna use my middle round brush. It's a number 6 size. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my white color and I'm gonna apply it this way, following the shape of my moon. Kind of, you can say I'm applying little like half circles, C's, some lines like this, and I'm gonna go around the edges one more time to give a nice thick outline. And I don't want to really color the whole moon with the white, and I don't want to hide the color that I have in the background here. I really want to see that green and the blue, so I'm lightly going with the white like this, but again you still can see the other color that I have in the background. Alright, now you know how there are spots on the moon? I'm gonna do that now. I'm using white color, just picking on one spot, adding some dabs like this on the top, not going everywhere, just on the some of the spots. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the whole moon here, just using top of my brush, tip of my brush, and adding those dabs there. Alright, that's all I'm gonna do here with the moon again. I like to say this is, if you are painting, you can also just take a little break in the middle, maybe step back a little bit, look at your painting. If you want to make any change, you're gonna get more idea. Alright, now I'm gonna add some more snow, more white on these mountains. So I take some more white, I'm using same brush, starting from the tip. I'm gonna apply and basically placing this paint on top, you can say. So something like this. I'm not coloring the whole mountain, just coloring the outline, just doing the outline first and lightly adding the paint on the whole mountain then. So I still can see the shadow, and my black is almost still a little bit of wet, so I might grab some black and it might turn a little bit grayish, which is okay. So again, I'm doing the outline first with the whole white and lightly adding some more white like this. I might grab some black that might turn a little bit grayish. Going over the black with some more white like that. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with two other mountain I have here. So one last mountain on the back here, again just doing the outline and just applying a little bit of more white on the bottom, not covering the whole black. And there you go, I'm all done. And I'm just going one more time on this mountain here because it looks too white, so I go back and just kind of go over with a little bit of more white and the black and just kind of make that little bit more darker. Alright, so I'm all done with the mountain. I'm gonna go back on my moon one more time. I'm gonna use black color to add some black spots on the moon. Alright, so I'm not gonna go everywhere this time with the black. As you can see, my black is don't even look like black there because my white is still wet on the moon. So I'm just taking a little bit of black, just adding some dabs there. Now if you feel like you have too much black, you can clean your brush and do that again. I'm just gonna do this on like maybe three spots only, not again going everywhere. But I think this is good enough. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on trees. I'm gonna use my small brush and add tree trunk and the branches. Now, I like to say this: if you have a fan brush, use that brush. It's a magical brush. I'm not gonna use it for this painting. I'm gonna show you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make another painting video for that, and I'll show you specially how to use that brush just for the tree. Alright, so I use my small brush, black paint, add a line there for the tree trunk. It's thin line. Alright, and I'm gonna use my bigger brush this time to add the branches. So I'm starting from the top. The tip of my tree is, the branches are nice and small. As I'm coming down, I'm gonna make my branches bigger and bigger. Okay, I'm also gonna add one more tree next to this. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller than the first one. Okay, so I'm gonna make it maybe this big right here, and I'm using my same brush. You can also use a small brush for the smaller line, but I'm not too worried about the smaller line here because you cannot see the line here clearly. And I'm gonna start adding some branches again. Okay, I'm all done with these big trees. I'm gonna take my small brush this time, and I'm gonna work on the smaller trees in the back here. So I'm gonna add the tree trunk first, and then some small branches, trying to keep the shape of this tree. I'm gonna add just two more tree here. Alright, so now I'm just gonna brush this color just a little bit on the bottom right here, just for the shadows or the reflection, just like one time. And to do that, make sure you don't have too much paint on your brush. Clean it on side of your plate and just brush it around under that area. Okay, so yeah, I'm all done. I'm just gonna clean my brush, and I'm gonna use my same brush to add some snow on this tree. So I'm just gonna go on this each branches, not each branches, but like random branches here, and just kind of place some snow on the branches here. Okay, and same thing I'm gonna do with this bigger tree. I'm still using my small brush for this, just lightly adding some more white on the tip. Now again, you don't have to go to each branches here that you have, just going randomly on these branches and just placing this white paint there. And I already have enough green on my painting, so I did not use green for these trees. If you use any other color for your sky, maybe you can also use a green here, like dark green maybe. And one more thing I want to mention here is some of you already shared your painting that you paint using like following my step-by-step videos. It's so amazing to see all of your paintings, so please keep sharing. I love to see your painting. It's so like magical to see like all of your paintings. It's all looks so different but still the same. And please again share your painting with me. I love to see your painting. Okay, I'm almost done with this painting. And one more thing I'm gonna do is add some more stars. And for that, I'm just gonna use my small brush and just gonna add just a little dot. And then I'm just gonna add like 4 lines on top, on the bottom, and both side each. So something like this. So you can add more stars like this if you like. I just add maybe 1 or 2 here. And yeah, here I'm all done with this painting. I hope you guys all have fun painting with me. And if you do, give a big thumbs up for this video. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'm all done with this painting. I hope you guys all have fun painting. And please share your painting. I love to see your painting. And if you have any question, please let me know. And I will see you next time for another painting video or a DIY video. Alright, bye. Thank you.